As a software programmer, I have always believed in this golden rule. Don't touch it if it works. Well, that's exactly what the smartphone companies do whenever they come with an upgrade. They do like to continue with the features that have worked for them in the past and upgrade wherever required. We are going to be unfolding today what's in store with the latest upgrade by the smartphone giant Realme, that is Realme 7. So hello everyone, this is Nishtha and welcome to my channel Gadgets Unfold. We'll also be doing a detailed review of the 64MP quad camera by Sony, which has been introduced in this phone, and take a look at the various modes it has to offer. And in the end, I'll be sharing my favorite quick tip for Android phones with all of you, so stay tuned and watch the video till the end. But before we begin this video, do subscribe to my channel Gadgets Unfold and like this video. Also, do subscribe my other social media handles on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook to get more regular updates. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, Realme 6 has already impressed everyone and became one of the biggest hits in the Indian market. Looks like they have understood the Indian consumer and their requirements really well. Realme 7 boasts of massive 5000 mAh battery, a 64MP quad camera by Sony, quad-core Helio G95 gaming processor and an ultra-smooth 90Hz display. All that and much more at an unbelievable starting price of 14,999 onwards. I must say, few years before, such specifications were unheard of in this price range. But with the new competitive mobile market, this is the new normal. Now let's hop on and start with the unboxing of Realme 7. Here is the box for Realme 7 with Salman Khan as its brand ambassador on the top. On this side, they have mentioned the key features like camera, weight dimension. It weighs around 196.5 gram and the screen size, the price. On this side, there is the regular branding and the Realme logo on the top. On the back, they have mentioned the key features like the Sony 64MP quad camera, 30-watt dart charge with a 5000 mAh battery, Helio G95 gaming processor, 90Hz ultra smooth display. So let me break open the seal. Let's see what's inside the box. First, we do have the SIM ejector pin, which is over here, and then they have given some manuals. There is a Realme quick guide and a Realme safety guide, which you can read. And also there is a TÜV Rheinland smartphone reliability verification. Now this is something new which Realme has done with the Realme 7. They have done a series of tests for more reliability and sturdiness of this phone. How much sturdy or reliable it is, that we'll find out after some days of usage. The good thing is that they always provide a protective case, which comes in very handy when you buy a new smartphone, and it surely adds to the customer delight. Although it is not that transparent and bit opaque, but still it works and keeps your phone smudge proof. This is the real mobile unit. I have it in white color and we'll take a look at it later. I'm going to keep it aside for now. This is the 30-watt dart charger, which provides you fast charging and charges your phone up to 50% in around 26 minutes. Given the huge battery that they have provided with Realme 7, this is a huge advantage. Also, they have given a USB Type-C cable, which can be used for your fast charging. Let's take a look at the mobile unit. It comes in two colors, the Misty White and Misty Blue. I have the Misty White version with me. Let's take a look. It has a plastic body and curved sides, which make it really easy to hold. It has a mirror design finish with a split, where you get the two shades of the same color with a beautiful finish. It does make it look really premium when you hold it. Although the color is mist white, but I do see shades of blue in it, which looks really beautiful and really premium. Let me take this off as well. The matte body here prevents your phone from being a fingerprint smudge magnet, and it becomes less prone to scratches. If you can see at the back, it has a vertical quad camera with a flashlight over here. And they have mentioned 64 MP camera over here. And then there is the Realme branding below. If you look at the side, you get this instant fingerprint scanner. You can unlock your phone speedily with this side fingerprint scanner. It also doubles up as the power button. Let me switch on this phone. Till it switches on, let's take a look at the other sides. On left hand side on the top, there is a 3 card slot. You can use 2 nano SIMs and an expandable SD memory card slot to expand your memory up to 256 GB. Let me open it for you. This is the 3 card slot you get. You can put 2 nano cards and 1 micro SD card. After this, you get the volume up and down buttons over here. On the down side, you see the audio jack, and then there's a microphone, and then you have the Type-C port and the speaker grill. There's nothing apart from the power button and the fingerprint scanner on this side. In the front of the screen, there is an off-centered punch hole camera design where you can get a 16 MP selfie camera. The build quality looks solid, and Realme has got a TÜV Rheinland smartphone reliability verification, which means that it has gone through a series of stress and quality tests which guarantee that the phone is very sturdy and reliable. Although we'll be able to confirm it after few uses. When I looked at the design specification, it did say that it is a bit heavier than Realme 6, but let me tell you, after holding it, the weight distribution is so good that it feels really light and no way heavier as compared to Realme 6. Let me set up the phone and then we'll look at its display and other features. Coming to the display of this phone, the Realme has kept it more or less same as Realme 6. The screen size is 6.5 inches, which is huge with Full HD Plus display. If we go to the display settings, then we can see that you can automatically select the best refresh rate, and you can set it to 90 Hz for ultra smooth display and 60 Hz if you want a lower refresh rate for day-to-day use to conserve your battery life. If we go to the settings, in the display and brightness, you can see it is set to auto brightness. If you go outside in the sun, it will adjust itself accordingly and give you a good display. Also, you can enable the dark mode, which is quite beautiful as you can see and is easy on the eyes. You can also switch on the eye comfort mode, where the colors will be more natural and more warm. I'm switching it off right now. Then the screen color temperature is set to default. You can shift it to more warm or a cooler one as per your liking. If you see the refresh rate, they have set it to auto select, but you can change it to 90 Hz if you want an ultra smooth display or while playing games, and you can also change it to 60 Hz for day-to-day use to conserve your battery life. I'm going to put it on auto select for now. And then there are other settings like font size, display size and screen display. I must say that the display was sharp and bright, and every icons for the apps were clear. I did not face any problem while in the sunlight or outdoors. Also, you can see that the screen to body ratio is 90.5%, which is same as in Realme 6, and there are thin bezels on the sides apart from the thicker lower chin. The 90 Hz refresh rate definitely make for a great viewing experience. The less border on the sides make it a great viewing experience while watching videos. Now let's take a look at the camera. Realme has replaced the Samsung sensors in 64MP quad camera in Realme 6 to Sony 64MP quad camera with Realme 7. Apart from that, you also get a 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, 2 megapixel macro lens for close-up shots up to 4 centimeters, and 2 megapixel mono lens for black and white portrait lens. If we compare between the normal daylight picture quality of Realme 6 and Realme 7, I did feel that the pictures captured by Realme 7 were a bit better, if not a huge difference. Let's see for ourselves. Here are the two 64 megapixel photos taken by the Realme 7 and Realme 6. If we zoom in all the way to a specific portion of the buildings, we can see that the Realme 6 captured a cleaner image with a less grain, but textures are heavily smoothened. If we try to zoom in all the way to the specific portion of the buildings, we do notice that Realme 7 has captured better textures and better details. These are the low light pictures taken from both the cameras. They also look better in the Realme 7. The shot captured using night mode looked more pleasing as compared to the Realme 6. Overall, I would say that the new sensor is slightly better than the old one. You can also take a look at the macro shot taken by the Realme 7 camera. Now this is the ultra wide shot and I'm really happy with the kind of coverage and the angle it has covered. It is almost 4 times larger than a normal shot. The portrait mode is good enough and it does blur the background, but I think a lot of beautification has been applied to this. Overall, I would say that the new Sony sensor is slightly better than the old one, and that's never a bad thing. There is a 16 megapixel selfie camera and the shots are really okay. You get a normal mode, a portrait mode and a night mode. The portrait mode is useful as it manages to blur the background, and in the evening or night you can use the night mode for better selfies. The pictures came out bright and color boosted in the daylight. There is also a starry night mode provided for astrophotography if you are a lover for stars. Overall, I found that the new Sony sensor is slightly better than the old one than the Samsung sensor in Realme 6, and that is never a bad thing to have. A small but handy tip which you can use in your Android phone for saving battery life is that go to the settings, go to display and brightness, and turn off auto brightness. Set the brightness to a lower level or as per your need. This phone uses a MediaTek G95 chipset which is being touted as a gaming processor. Realme 7's powerful Helio G95 processor is equipped with cutting-edge superb carbon fiber cooling system that can cool up to 8.6% faster, keeping the phone's performance up to the mark. I got a smooth and lag-free gaming experience for around 1.5 hours, but the device did started getting a bit heated up little after that. As far as daily use is concerned, this should be good enough for navigating through the multiple tabs and updating apps in the background, or working at multiple things and will not hang up. The face recognition and fingerprint scanner is very quick. Also, you get an internal storage space of 64 GB and 128 GB for your pictures, videos and files, which can be expanded up to 256 GB using the micro SD card. The call, microphone and speaker quality are good for this price range and you will feel no issues in this area. Coming to the software part, it uses Realme UI based on the Android 10, which gives you a good navigating experience. Although if you see the icons look are a bit changed as compared to Android 10, but it's nothing that you cannot get used to. I'm especially happy with the night mode as it is quite useful. Now Realme has also added a couple of experimental features under the Realme Labs section. As you can see here, they are currently in beta and will be updated from time to time. They include the dual mode audio, that is you can connect to both a pair of Bluetooth earphones and a pair of wired earphones simultaneously and listen to music. Then you have the smooth scrolling. If you switch it on, you can try it, and a super nighttime standby. It will consume less power at night when it is idle. Talking about the battery of this phone, Realme has upgraded its battery of 4300 mAh in Realme 6 to 5000 mAh in Realme 7 with a standby time of 1 month and 48 hours of calling time. That is huge, but it doesn't necessarily mean an increase in the charging time because they have provided with a 30-watt dart charger which charges your phone from 0 to 50% in about 26 minutes. How brilliant is that? And also you can charge the complete phone from 0 to 100% in 1 hour. This battery can last you up to 1.5 days if you are an average user, mostly doing calls and messaging. But if you are a heavy user with more video games or more videos, then also it will last you up to 1 day. This phone uses a powerful MediaTek G95 processor, which is being touted as a gaming processor. After looking at the key features of Realme 7, I can undoubtedly say that it is bang for the buck deal in the mid-budget 15K range. Especially with the improvements in the key areas like 5000 mAh battery, a Sony camera and base variant as 6GB. If you are looking for a feature-packed mobile in the mid-range, then Realme 7 definitely looks promising. And now it's time for my quick Android tip. This setting definitely consumes less battery and you can adjust the settings according to your need. If you go outside, you can increase the setting, display and brightness, and henceforth. With that, we come to the end of this video. But before we leave, do like this video and subscribe to my channel Gadgets Unfold. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon to receive the regular notifications every time a new video is uploaded. Till then, you have a good day, take care and bye-bye.